Lancers, and Alexa Berger, another junior libero on the Viking side. And serving first is Emily Orlando, the senior 5'7" setter. And we're on the way from the Class 4 championship. We're going to go into the outside of the Vikings, and down for the first kill of the MAC is Witter.
Emma Witter, big rip there. And Witter had 5 kills in the pool play match these two played, with Lafayette won 25-20, 25-11 yesterday.
Cordia back to serve, the setter for the Vikings, and that's going to be an ace. And that one kind of ate up Flowers and went over towards there. Now Emily Orlando kind of shaken up on that far side, as there is a little bit of a dip in the floor. That maybe she stepped on that wrong, trying to chase that ball down. Kind of held onto the railing over in front of the fans for a second. Zach Young wants to talk to her, but Emily wants to just wave him off. She's not going to come off the floor in this game.
Yeah, and it's a hardwood floor, but it does sit up from the regular concrete floor underneath it, and there's a lot of room to run. She really covered a lot of area. I'm going to say it probably sits up maybe 3-4 inches, not a whole lot, but if you step half on, half off, or even if you're running and you don't expect it to be a little bit lower, you're watching the ball, and you kind of take a misstep there. She kind of limped back on the court. She says she's all right. She's smiling, so hopefully everything A-okay there.
Tight pass to her. She gets that one up, and Stock puts it away.
Wow.
Thinking that after that play, Zach Young came over towards the bench and looked at Sophia Orlando, her younger sister. I don't know if saying maybe make sure you're in the game in case something's not, that she's not telling me right now, or...
Yeah, can I trust your sister when she tells me she's okay?
I think Zach Young knows her well enough after 4 years.
Right.
It's good serve on the outside. Goes the Vikings through the block. Good dig there by Kantow. On the outside, that one's dug up by the Vikings. Again, over. That one's dug up by Orlando. Kantow has to pass this one. Flowers on the right side gets it. Gonna go Witter, and she is blocked right back to her arms. She couldn't do anything except to have it go off her arms and out of play.
Yeah, Waslich along with Flowers there. Big double block, and not a lot of places to go with that ball when you see 4 big arms reaching over that net.
And a great sophomore outside, Stock. Stasiana Stock with that serve. Go to the right side. That one's through the block and down. Witter off early. And it's tied up at 3-2 rather for the Vikings.
Well, and a good job there. She used the inside arm of Flowers, who was headed over from her middle position to make the block on that.
Mackenzie Thoman back to serve, low jump float. That one eats up number 13, Gable. You just keep reading off these names that you remember from last year, and they're only sophomores and juniors. But do they ever graduate players? They just kind of just hold them back so they can keep playing here. 4-2 early on from Francis Howell. That's dug up there by Kantow. Right side, Flowers got it down.
Yeah, really didn't have a lot of room between the antenna and the blocker, but she squeezed it in there for the kill.
I did the Lafayette and Marquette game. It was a pink out sponsored by All Volleyball to raise money for breast cancer awareness in late October. Hannah Flowers completely went off in that one. About 7 aces and I think probably about 12 kills in that victory they had. That one goes cross court and in. Good cross court shot there by the Vikings.
5-3 Vikings up here with the serve.
That one's over. Good pass there, right side to Flowers. That one goes through the block and down.
Yeah, a lot of power here from Hannah Flowers, as we've seen throughout the years. And if you're going to block her, you have to be strong, and your hands have to start on the other side of the net, because she swings hard enough, she's going to force your arms back a little bit. And if you don't seal that net, that's what will happen. It'll fall down in front of you.
Good serve there by Hannah Flowers. That one was touched by Lily Cooper. It did kind of roll up on the tape and off her arm. Kind of a combination play blocked by the Vikings. In the middle, Vikings go, get it by Cooper and in.
Wow, Oh, nice cut that by Taylor Lidekin. She had the big block, Lily Cooper, up in front of her, and she cut it around her right arm to get it down to the sideline.
Vikings on serve, up 6-4. Kantoth with a nice pass. Dumped over by Orlando, but Berger gets the dig. Blocked there by Cooper. She's going to dump it over on 2. It seemed to work there. Push on the outside. That one goes through. Dug up by the Vikings. Tipped over on 2 again. Kantoth was right there. Cooper in the middle. You got to get it high for that 6'5". And Cooper gets the block on that one. Vikings run it down and free ball it over. Good spot, forcing Flowers to come running up to save it. Tipped over. And a double contact is miscommunication there. Lickinen and Cordia both wanted to take it. Cordia has that right away, being the setter.
Yeah, and really a good rally back and forth. And you can see there's going to be a lot of play on top of the net here from both these teams. Big blockers at the net.
Good pass there. They're going to go on to the outside. That goes through. The block dug up. And now they're going to set up Gable on the outside. Or in the back row, rather. On the outside. That one is dug, but goes over towards the scores table and out of play. That was Melanie Flowers, Hannah's twin sisters. They're both seniors.
It was Michaela Hardy with that kill. Puts the Vikings up 7-5 here early in set 1.
Hardy can really hit it hard. And Stock, another one that can hit it hard, hits it hard in the block and gets the tool.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the blocker. The set's outside near the antenna. Middle blocker's running that way, and you really have to get up and get your arms and angle your arms back into the middle of the court. If you don't, you see what happens. The ball, your arms are angled to the outside. It goes off your arms, out of play.
As Kantoth puts that one into the net. 8-6 for the Vikings.
And that's our first serve out of the match here.
Alexa Berger back on serve, jump float, taken there and pushed on the outside. Stock gets up and puts it down.
Well, Stock can fly, that's for sure. She can get up and has a shorter blocker in front of her with Kennedy Cordia out there in the front row trying to block her right now.
Stock looks smaller than 5'9", but it could be because she's standing next to a couple 6-foot.
Yeah.
That block from Flowers on the outside.
That same combination, Westlich and Flowers with the double block there.
And we are tied up at 8. And Emily Orlando already back to serve again. That one's over, dug out. Into the middle, that's tipped. Kantoth right there. Flowers on the right side. That's dug up. Push to the outside. Witter gets it through the block and another kill. Was that 3 or 4 already?
That's 3 for Witter right now. I don't know how she squeezed it between there. In the 2-set match yesterday, she had a total of 5 kills against Lafayette.
That was the last match of the day yesterday as well. Into the middle, Stock gets it blocked. I don't know if Gable expected that one to get blocked in the middle or not. Kind of surprised her when it came flying at her face. But a huge block there in the middle. I believe that was Frederick.
It was Lydia Frederick. And you know, when you hit it so hard, off the block, it's going to come back pretty hard. And it did surprise her.
Flowers with a good pass. Push it to the outside. And Hannah Flowers, she's going to get a kill. Great hustle there by Orlando to keep that one alive. And a down ball given to the Vikings. On the outside, Witter tips it into the block of Stock. Flowers again on the outside. They've kind of switched her in Stock for right now. Maybe they just can't get to the base. Hardy from the back row, dug up by Gable. Orlando will just free ball it over. Witter again gets it through the block, but puts it out.
Yeah, Witter having some success against this block right now. Stock was there to block her, but Witter's big enough, strong enough to go through that.
And Stock back to serve. She's got a good jump serve. There it is. Dug up there by the Vikings. Pushed to the outside. And Witter. No, that was not Witter. That was Nichols on the outside. Gotta take that first swing on the outside. Seemed to work well there.
Yeah, really. Hasn't had a set yet, and she puts that one right down the line.
11-9. The Howell Vikings in the lead over the Lafayette Lancers. Cantout gets it. Flowers on the right side off the top of the tape, dug up. On the outside, Hardy gets it to go.
Hardy's second kill here, a 3-point spread now, 12 serving 9.
Dolman back to serve. We've gotten through kind of a rotation and a half on each side already. And that one goes into the net. Lily Cooper comes back in along with Melanie Flowers. And Flowers back to serve the 5-7 DS. Their jump float taken there by the libero Berger. On the outside, Hardy tips it over and gets it to fall.
Well, the strong side hitters are scoring for the Vikings. Witter with 3 kills, Hardy with 3 kills here. And sometimes they're breaking down big blocks.
Farah back to serve for the Vikings. Push it to the outside. Gable gets it. I don't know how she got that one through the block either.
Yeah, well off the net, and she was leaning backwards when she hit it, but she got an awful lot of power on it.
It's an interesting substitution. Flowers coming out and Coggin coming in. I don't know if that's a blocking sub.
Wait, that's
Flowers is
Orlando coming out, right?
Yeah, it was Orlando coming out,
and Coggin going in to block in the
so
front.
now there is no setter out there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Melanie Flowers might be the setter, being a DS. As Hannah Flowers with a big serve. Overpass. Cooper's going to put that down every time. Stands at 6'5". She has to bend her arm so she doesn't go over the net on the serve.
Yeah, that was an easy put down on the overpass, and I was more interested in what Lidekin was doing as she was flying in there. I think she was trying to get there for a joust. But
I don't know if I want to joust Cooper.
Yeah, she was a few seconds late.
Cooper's thin, but those long arms can get a lot of penetration over the net. That one's dug up. Gable tips that one over. Backside, the Vikings get it. Nichols.
Yeah, and I wonder if it was just now they substitute back. Coggin comes back out. Orlando goes in. So maybe when Lafayette is serving, they want to have that big block up there. And now that they're receiving, they want their setter in. Actually, Coggins did make one set while she was in there.
Yeah, I think they'd rather have a no setter big block as Cooper tips it over and it falls. 14-13. Vikings still have the lead. No, here's another. It's going to be that substitution, I think, the whole time with the Lafayette serve. I think maybe the knee or ankle, whatever Orlando might have kind of hurt, can't get up as high.
I was going to say maybe jumping, yeah. Who knows?
It also gets the bigger player on that outside to block Hardy and Witter. This is Hardy. She got it through Cooper.
Yeah,
and there is a maximum of 18 subs in high school. If you're going to keep subbing out Orlando 3 times, that's going to run it up quick. But if he doesn't use, he knows how many he uses in a normal game, so he knows what he has to spare. There's a good pass. Lancers will go to Gable in the back court. That one's dug up by the Vikings. And that will just get free balled over. Deep ball. That was going to land in. Good play by Gable. Stock on the outside off the block. It's still up. Witter into the block of Cooper. That's covered, though, by the Vikings. Witter again. That one gets through the block and down.
And that one came over the top of Orlando. And Emily's 5'7". Witter with the swing there at 6 feet tall.
Hardy back to serve. He's got a topspin jumper. And they're going to set up Gable in the back row again and just missed it. Kind of shielded out on that one. Must have just missed it. And no argument, but a quick timeout here by Zach Young. It's 17-13, getting late here in the first set.
Yeah, 4-point lead, and really it's been an excellent match. Back and forth, back and forth. A lot of play on top of the net for sure.
As we've mentioned, Lafayette 5-time defending state champs, and I believe in that. They've only dropped 2 sets, if I remember correctly, one of them being last year.
Not through the whole 5 years, I don't think. Maybe in the last 2 years they've only dropped a few sets.
No, I think like just in the championship game.
In the championship.
In this game, they've only dropped the 2 sets.
Yeah, I think
so
you're right.
So they do the 2 games pretty often. They really don't know what it's like to be down.
Down 1 set, yeah. Well, but the Vikings have beaten them this year.
Like October 13th, I believe it was. Yeah, but it was in 3.
It was in 3, right. So the Vikings have that confidence. They know they can do it, although they lost 2 straight yesterday to them. But obviously, they're very evenly matched here, and Vikings on top in set 1.
Hardy with another jump serve. Gable with a good pass. That was high pass. Cooper in the middle. Good thing she's 6'5". Unable to get the block. There's Cooper. It's 17-13 or 18-13.
Lydikin out of the middle, and really they have spread their hitting out. The outsides have the majority of the kills, 4 each. The 2 middles have a total of 3 kills.
In the middle, they're going to push it to the outside. Stock gets it off the block.
Really like Stock. She just flies at that ball. You get her a high outside set, and it's almost like she hangs in the air and surveys where she can go and what she can do with it.
Yes, Cantout back to serve. This is Lily Cooper's serve rotation. And the Vikings go to the outside to Witter. Over the block, but dug out. And now in the middle, popped up. Dug out there by Hardy. Witter again, tipped over the block. Gable with it. They're going to set up to Stock off the top of the block. Dug out there. Go in the middle again. That one goes in the net.
Yeah, nice play in the back by Brugger back there as she went back and got a ball off the first dig to get a second hit, get it up where somebody would have a chance to make a swing at it, although it ended up in the net.
So Alex Levanki, I think, playing center right now. Maybe her and Cantout will split it depending where the ball goes. Cantout passes that one again. It's an overpass. Vikings with it. That's tipped over. Levanki sets up Stock, and that powers through the block. They both go down on the Vikings side, that double block. Cordia and Likkinen both fall after they land on that block. Is that the power of Stock coming into play there?
Yeah.
18-16, Cantal Kiss got it over. Outside of Witter, stuffed again, but kept alive. Over the block there. Levanki pushes out to Stock, and that goes down.
Wow. Stock on fire right now, forces a timeout. Lafayette's come back within 1 point. They trail 17-18. Levanki has kind of stepped in to be a setter here now. And while Lafayette keeps the big front row in with Coggin as a blocker.
I think Coach Stacy Smith thought it might have been a double there on Levanki. And when he didn't get the call and that kill went down, he's like, give me the timeout.
Well, they fought back. They were down by 4, now just by 1.
That's the experience coming into play.
Sure.
But only 3 seniors.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Only 3 seniors.
But when I had the Lafayette a few weeks ago, I talked to Coach Zach Young before that match, and I asked him like how many of these juniors were on the team, and he had like 5 or 6 of these juniors who were on the team last year that won it. So it's an experienced underclassman.
Oh, and there's 6 seniors on the Vikings team here.
And I believe Stock, who's only a sophomore, was on the team last year as well. So an extremely experienced sophomore.
Right. Well, Howell trying to figure out how to break serve.
Kaylee Cantal trying to tie this game up. A little bit out of system. They go to Witter on the outside. That's off the block. Dug up there by Levanki. Cantal has to take this second one. Gable just rolls it over. Slide play. Another nice dig by Levanki. Stock got it through the block, but dug out on the back line. Witter over the block, dug out by Cantal. On the right side, Coggin gets that one dug. They go a 10 ball to Hardy. That's blocked. They say it's tucked. Tipped over again. Vikings have it. Witter on the outside. That's stuffed, blocked, and we're tied up at 18.
Wow. Coggins has been big as a blocker. She teamed up with Westlich there for the double block, and now we're tied. Blocking has come on strong all of a sudden for the Lafayette Lancers.
Kerrigan Coggins, 6'1" sophomore. There's another young player being a blocking specialist in Zach Young's system, but that misserved there by Cantal. And Orlando will check back in for Coggins. She's got a big smile on her face after getting a few touches on that ball, including the stuff block.
Well, Cantal served out there, but she served a bunch of tough serves before that, which really put the Vikings in some hard spots.
Stock off the block, and it's 19 all. Anna Flowers checking back in, so another big blocker on this right side for Lafayette, including a great right side hitter as well.
Yeah, I'm sure the Vikings would like to see Stock rotate to the back row.
But they have her swing in the back row as well.
That's true.
Outside Witter, that goes through the block of Flowers and Westlich.
Yeah, Witter's had success even with some big blockers in front of her. That really hasn't bothered her with her 5 kills already here.
That one passed up by Flowers. Go to her on the outside. She was kind of floating in for a while and really had to reach for that one. That goes out of play.
Yeah, timing was off there. She had a long way to come after the serve received to get to the set. Didn't quite make it. 2-point lead now for the Vikings.
That one's passed up. Flowers, better set there. That's dug out on the back row. They go a 10 ball. That's dug out by Gable. In the middle, Westlich gets it blocked. Outside Flowers, missed it.
Yeah, just turned it out wide. Now down by 3. We may see a timeout here from Zach Young. We do. 22-19, late in set 1. The Vikings are excited, as are their fans. And not a huge crowd from the student body, but a loud crowd for both sides here cheering their teams on here in the first set of the state championship.
Lafayette only lost 1. They were 5-1 yesterday. That loss came to Ozark. 25-22 was that loss. Francis Howell at 3-3. They were swept by Lafayette yesterday, and the other loss for them came to St. Teresa's at a 25-18 score.
Well, Howell is playing very well at this point now, and you'd like to seal things down. Don't give them an inch, especially to the 5-time defending state champion. Don't take your foot off the gas here. Make sure after the timeout you get your serve in, get your blockers in position to play D.
22-19. Extremely late here in this first set from the Class 4 championship. Wanted to serve, then I think they might have told something to the fans or something in the Francis Howell student section. That serve is over by Cordia. Stock in the middle. Berger got her hands on it and just free-balled over. See if Lafayette can use it in the middle. That one's off the top of the block and dug out. On the outside, Stock with the block. Again on the outside, Witter puts it through, but dug out by Gable. Stock on the outside again, off the top of the block and dug out. Hardy in the back row, off the tape, and it falls.
Really, she overpowered that, which is one of the few we've seen on this tight net today.
23-19, Cordia back to serve. Cantop with a good pass. In the middle, Stock off the tape, dug up. Outside, Witter gets it blocked, but covered well. Witter again off the block, again a Westlich. And we have set point for Francis Howell.
Witter and Hardy with 6 kills each. They're just working that strong side to death here, and it's paying off for them.
I really don't know if they've gone in the middle a whole lot. That's dug up there by Gable. In the back to Westlich. That one's going to work. Walk out going over towards running off the court.
Right. Westlich with the slide, even though she didn't have much of a jump, made sure she had control of the ball, put it in a good spot.
Stock back to serve. Francis Howell probably likes it, but Stock's a good server, so Lafayette probably doesn't mind it either. 24-20, set point again for the Vikings, and just that actually might have caught the top of the tape a little bit. Hardy from the back row, that's tucked by Stock, and 25-20. Francis Howell takes the first set.
Well, that puts the defending state champs up against the wall here.